He must be confused. Oh no! I dropped my water! Sensei's gonna be so mad!
'Cause you're supposed to be mopping, Odin, not drinking.
I know, Yi. But Tsujinga makes me thirsty. Sojido, dude. You can't get anything right. That's not true. I get lots of things right, oh no. Yeah? Like what?
Hey, Case. What you doing? Hey, Mom. Nothing, just watching the kids clean the dojo. Again? Yeah. I want to see how they handle it.
I don't know everything I do, oh no. I just know I do lots of things right. Can you help me, Yi? Before Sensei comes back.
Nah. Sensei said my job is only wipe things down. So I can only wipe things down.
Moa? Hey, Moa!
Nope.
But...
Sensei Casey said we have to fix our own messes.
Oh no. No way, dude.
Alright. What's going on in here?
Crybaby Odin broke another glass. I'm sorry, Sensei. Are you really mad?
No, I'm not mad. But I do want to talk about it. Everybody on me. Lesson time. I made the table super clean, Grammy April. I see that, kiddo. Nice work.
Come on, Moa. Sensei wants us.
What? Okay, listen up. I'm going to tell you all a story Grammy April told me once. About my dad and the Ninja Turtles. Master Splinter has sent them all on an important mission to stop the Foot Clan from stealing stuff that didn't belong to them. Like always, Leonardo was in charge, and just when he was gonna give the orders to grab the bad guys, my dad saw something else happening. Some other bad guys getting ready to be mean to a poor lady. He wanted to go help the lady. At first, the Turtles didn't want to go with my dad, because they were supposed to be stopping the Foot Clan, like Master Splinter said. But my dad didn't listen to them. He went anyway. And even though they would mess it up for their mission against the Foot, the Turtles followed. They helped my dad stop the mean guys and save the poor lady, because it was the right thing to do. I think about that story a lot. In the time I helped Grammy stop the city from flooding, when what I really wanted to do was help my sensei fight the Foot. It's just... sometimes we get so caught up in what we think we're supposed to be doing. Or what we'll be doing, that we ignore what we should be doing. Like helping out one of our teammates when they're in trouble. Wow. Grandpa Casey and the Turtles were so cool. Don't you miss them, Grammy April? I do miss them, Yi. So much. But sometimes, it's just like they're still here.
This is not good. What the hell is it? And bad as my Korean is, it's not so hard to figure out what's being said because I've heard it all before. I'll tell you what it is. Let me guess. It's dead. Kill the monster. I'm totally exposed. And I've only got myself to blame. Weeks of hiding in plain sight, in this dump without any issues. And I blow my cover in a petty barroom brawl. Stop that thing, Mango! Stupid Mike. Real stupid. Come on, freak. Let's finish this. So much for quick and quiet. It's been 3 years since the dying old man in the burning village in Hakudo told me to run away from a psychopath called Deathworm and his army of thugs. 3 years since the ghost of my brother suddenly showed up out of nowhere telling me the same thing. So what's it gonna be, Chucklehead? You're just gonna sit there crying like a baby? Or you're gonna do what the old man told you and get moving? Yeah, I know. Crazy. Or maybe I just took too many knocks to my skull. Wherever it was. Insanity or a concussion. I wasn't stupid enough to believe I was in any shape to take on another fight right then. So, with no real plan other than getting the hell out of Dodge, I just started heading south, toward the Japanese mainland, with only one thought, helping me ease my guilt from running away. Live to fight another day. Little did I know, another day would turn into days, then months, then years of running. At first, I kept to the woods and forests as much as possible, foraging for mushrooms and wild plants to survive. My brother Donatello told me what was safe to eat and what was poisonous. He called it sasai, the ancient practice of wild plant picking. Or maybe I just knew what to pick and what to eat after the years I spent surviving in the mountains. The constant jabbering of my dead companions was making it hard to separate past from present, reality from delusion. And whether I was crazy or concussed, it didn't seem like they were hurried to go away, and lonely as I was. I wasn't in any hurry to let them go. Eventually, I made it to the south edge of Hakudo. Behind me were 3 years of isolation, piles of dead bodies, and a psycho and his thug army, most likely after my head. Ahead of me was the Sea of Japan, and beyond that, the mainland. And beyond that, a dark reckoning. So without looking back, I just started swimming. Once I got to the mainland, I continued south using the western coastline as my compass. I slept during the day and hiked at night, keeping a low profile and staying out of sight. It was a long, slow trek, and I still wasn't sure exactly where I was going, much to the frustration of my traveling partners. They started nagging me constantly about not having a kind of solid plan, doing everything they could to push my buttons, but I was way too tired to argue. By the time I reached the monumental remembrance in Akita, they finally had enough. Sun setting. You know what that means? Yeah, another stinking night of pointless walking. It doesn't have to be pointless. There's been no signs of Deathworm or his goons since we left Akito. Either if we lost them, or they don't care about us anymore. So if we're not running from them, what exactly are we doing, Mikey? Wait, did you just say we? We aren't doing anything, Leo. I'm getting ready to head further south as soon as the sun is all the way down. You three are dead. So, what's it gotta do with you? Hiking your sorry butt all the way to Japan like a chicken with his head cut off? It's everything to do with everything, Raph. I'm here because you couldn't keep your sai in your pants when Karai ambushed us all the way back then. I'm here because because you started the war that killed everyone I cared about. Everyone that ever mattered to me. Including you. You stupid jerk. Yeah, well, maybe I did make a mistake after that ambush. No maybes about it, Raph. Whatever, Don. And maybe that mistake started things rolling downhill for us. But we all knew it was coming one way or another. Us against the Foot Clan. Just like Master Splinter always did. It was eventually gonna be the last man standing no matter what. Or last mutant standing. You're right, Mikey. We're dead. But you're not. And neither is... Haruto. Yeah, he's the last of his family. You're the last of ours. Which means, you're the only one of us left who can finish what Raph started when he went after Karai. Hey, come on, guys, give me a break. Karai started it when she broke the stinking truce. No. We all knew this started way before you fought with Karai. Way before the truce. Way before any of us were even born. This started with Father and Shredder, and it ends with Haruto and me. So, what you're saying? I'm saying I know where I'm going now. Maybe deep down, I always knew. New York City. To stand or fall. Now you're talking. Am I? It's getting harder to tell. So I finally had a plan. Vengeance for my family awaited for me in New York City in the form of Oroku Haruto, current master of the Foot Clan, grandson, and last living heir of the Heroku Saki, the Shredder, and the son of Heroku Karai. As for my brothers, it was business as usual. Talk. Raph, moaning and groaning about the long hike. Donnie proposing we jump aboard on a train on the nearby tracks. Leo reminding me how rusty my fighting skills has become and suggesting that we stop at a sacred Hamato clan elite training camp on the island of Jiboyama. My father had written about it in his journal. Yup. Business as usual. So that night, with Raph constant complaints, Donnie's solution, and Leo's destination in mind, I hopped on the southbound train near Amano River. Next stop. Once I made it to Port City, I covertly watched as passengers boarded a cruise ferry bound for Russia via Korea. And when the time was right, I boarded on too. After nearly a year of sleeping only in the daytime, I was wide awake all night long and figured I'd head to the main deck and get some peace and quiet before the other passengers woke up. Beautiful, isn't it? Yeah, it is. I should have known better. Who the hell are you talking to, huh? Crap. Hey, Loon, my friend asked you a question. Whoa! Look what we got here! Ain't that the green freak the boss been looking for? How many green freaks you think there are, huh? Don't know. We're just gonna have to take the ugly head to Korea with us in the box. Boss loved the gift if we're right. Yeah. Might even give us some promotions. Yeah. The tattoo on the drunk aide's chest wasn't just a handy bullseye. It let me know who their boss was too. Death Worm. I thought I'd put the mess in the Haruka beside us. Guess not. Already planned to make a watery detour before the boat got to Korea, so there was no point delaying the inevitable any longer. Man, talk about stomping on some cockroaches. Yeah, and whenever you see cockroaches, there is bound to be more. And I wasn't about to wait around and find out if there were more Death Worm's thugs on the ship. So much for peace, so much for quiet. To swim to Jabariani Island was way harder than I expected. It was a miracle that I didn't drown. I didn't even remember the last part, exhausted and delirious as I was. But I'll never forget the first thing I saw when I finally came to. What have we here, Noi? Such an expected prize the tide has sent our way. I should have brought a bigger net. Wake up, Turtle Man, or your soup will become cold. Where am I? Generally speaking, you are on Jaboriyama Island. Specifically, in my guest hut. This fine lady is Noi, my Chunian, and a very good dog. And I am Master Yip of the Hamato clan, the elite sensei you seek. Wait, you? No offense, you're speaking Japanese, but you're a Chinese man? I am that, and you are a turtle man. Clan Hamato is wonderfully diverse, is it not? I will be outside when you're ready, Michelangelo, to begin your training. We've much to do, you and I, and Nori, of course. Hold on, you speak English too? And you know my name and why I'm here? Yes. Well, you've been in and out of consciousness for nearly 2 days, young friend. Mumbling and moaning all the while. That's how I learned what you are called and what you are seeking. Now, please finish your soup. You must be famished. What does one call soup for a turtle, Nori? Ah, yes. Turtle soup. It wasn't the last bad joke I'd hear from the old master. What came next, though, was no joke. After a few days of soup and rest, I finally had the strength to step out of the hut, where the old master and his furry Chunian were waiting to put me to work. Ah, so good to see you up and about, son of Splinter. Your training can now begin. Sojudo, the way of cleaning. The tradition of students cleaning the dojo together. A sign of respect and a way of giving thanks to your sensei. And since Master Yip considered the entire camp his dojo, and since I was the only student, you know, when you were saying you were gonna wipe the Foot Clan off the face of the earth, I got very familiar with the tradition. This ain't what I thought you meant. Heh, me either. You missed a spot, Daniel-san. Whatever. Shut up. Turns out, the cleaning was just getting started. Master Yip also wanted me to cleanse me of old habits and old crutches, which meant weapons, one part of the early training. How can you master what you hold in your hands if you don't first master your hands? We started with the basic form of Wing Chun, which we called Tsunamoto. Or as you English would say, the little idea for beginning. Except I'm American. Which would you explain why you're talking instead of listening? Less yapping, more yipping. As our training continued, I began to question the softness of the forms. Master Yip explained that the hand-to-hand techniques we constantly practice held many of the same benefits as Sojudo.
Both traditions slow you down, centering you in the present to better focus on your breathing and technique and the task at hand. All jesting aside, do not mistake softness for weakness.
I didn't question him again. Eventually, we moved to weapons training.
In Bachado, excellent footwork is crucial to success, as is a sober understanding, like all weapons. The blades you hold in your hands are intended for deadly purposes. They are the Didmondo, life-taking knives, as the English would say. Yes, you Americans too.
Days turned to months. Training became routine, but never moved on. The lessons I was learning daily had me yearning for more. And I grew to understand why my father had written so highly of Master Yip in his journal. He really was an elite sensei, and even taught me a thing or two about puns. What did the butter say to the hot dog vendor? Make me one with everything. For more than a year and a half, I was always busy. Thanks for your Sojudo assistance, Nori. And never alone. The new Renzang form is improving, Mikey. Not surprising. He's literally spent hundreds of hours all over that thing. Whatever. Shut up. Yeah, get a room already, dummy. And then, my training was complete. It was time for me to head west, to New York City in redemption. But Master Yip threw one last curveball my way before I left.
You have told me of your past, of your family's tragedy, your self-imposed exile in Japan, your flight from the one cold death worm, and of your mission of vengeance against the Foot Clan. And as you spoke, I only listened. But now, I must speak. When your father came to train with me, he too felt a burning desire for revenge against the enemies of your family. And like you, he made it his life's purpose to see through his quest for vengeance. And so, I trained him as I trained you, as I trained all of my students, in solitude, in quiet, sharing the techniques that instill self-control and inner contemplation over outward, unrestrained violence. To first win the battle you wage within yourself before embarking on bloody vendettas against others. And you, even more so than your father, have been victorious in this. And now, the time to seek justice for those you have lost has come. I will not deny you your quest, but I will present you a question before you depart. Can you honorably rush to face one enemy when you fearfully retreat from another?
Deathworm. Yes, Deathworm. He must be confronted. In your heart, you know this. As I routed away Master Yip's words burned inside my brain, it was more like a challenge than a question. Take down Deathworm first, then go after Oroku Naruto. Don't pass go. Don't collect $200. I had preferred another bad pun. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Seriously, Raph, shut up. It was nighttime when I finally reached Donghae-se in South Korea. Correction, the unified Korean Republic. I learned some important things over the next few days. First, it was cold as a mother, and I stuck out like a sore thumb, which I meant desperately needed some new clothes. I hated stealing, but I didn't want to get spotted. I sure as hell didn't want to freeze to death. Second, from what I can figure out from the newspapers, there had been a massive earthquake in China. Well, I holed up in Hokkaido, like 9.6 magnitude massive. The destruction took out a lot of China's nuclear facilities, turning most of the country into an irradiated wasteland. The Chinese government pretty much collapsed overnight, and any control they had over other nations was lost, starting with North Korea. Unification with South Korea quickly followed. But maybe the most important thing I learned was that Deathworm's thug army had been causing all kinds of problems up and down the newly united country over the last year. According to the papers, he was the last seen in the former DMV. Man, do you realize how destructive a 9.6 magnitude quake is? No, but I bet you're gonna tell us, nerd. So that's where I headed. The town was named after the 38th Perel, and its steam stuck in a schizophrenic limbo. Somewhere between its Cold War past and the unified present. It was like a well-lit slum, shiny and new, and old and filthy all at once. It was hard to tell where the crime stopped in, where the war started. But it wasn't hard to see why it was called the Wild West of the East. Finding Deathworm here wasn't gonna be easy. More like a crooked needle in a vice-infested haystack. But at least I can blend in while I searched. Everybody minded their own damn business in Town 38. Which meant finding Deathworm wasn't just hard, it was impossible. Either nobody knew where he was, or they weren't about to tell me if they did. I searched high and low, but nothing. I slept in alleys and ate from dumpsters, and after weeks of failure, I had enough. Deathworm was more than a ghost in my brothers. And if they get some real food in me, I was gonna be one too. So, I sold half of my warrior soul for a few cold bucks to buy a hot meal in a warm place where I could sit and think. Think about what the hell was I gonna do next. You made an oath to Master Yip. To beat Deathworm before you go after Oroku Haruto, you're honor bound, Mike. I disagree, Leo. I don't remember Mikey taking any official pledge. Seemed more like Master Yip was making a suggestion to me. Well, I suggest we pick one of them for a beatdown. Then we get to it. Shh! Quiet, Raph! Deathworm. Yes, Deathworm. He must be confronted. In your heart, you know this. I know. Nice tattoo. So tell me, where's Deathworm? Deathworm? What's that? Sounds like something more you get from eating bad Takachi. Who's asking? A green freak. You! I needed to take down the 4 idiots quickly. Quietly kill you? I wanted answers. Not attention. Unfortunately, my new friends weren't cooperating. Not bastard at all. Which brings us to now. Come on! So much for quick and quiet. But I still need answers. And if this punk doesn't help me the easy way, then there's a hard way. Master Yip taught me. That'll work just fine. Okay, pal. Either you give me some intel, or I take out your eyes. Where's Deathworm? Mongolia. Good boy. And goodbye. So that's it. Then drop smoke. Grab your gear. Borrow an old wreck. And head north to Mongolia without a plan. But there is a plan. Find Deathworm, take him down, and then go after Naruto. You said yourself, Leo. I took an oath with Master Yip. I'm honor-bound. Yeah, Leo, quit complaining. That DMV dumpster diving life was getting old. Well, I still agree that the no oath was officially taken. But whatever. All cinematics aside, I just hope we make it there in one piece. Cause we all know Mikey sucks at driving.